Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Evan, and today we're going to be bringing back from the dead the Death Machine. Now, this is actually the MAULER LMG from Infinite Warfare. This is the gun that resembles the Death Machine in so many different ways. I just had to talk about it. By the way, this is also the gun guide for the MAULER, if you didn't already know that. It's a great gun to be using. It's actually one of the most fun guns to use because it plays like an SMG because you mainly only have to hipfire. If you see the hipfire spread, it's very, very small and can fit around an enemy's body at medium range very, very well. And you can just absolutely dominate people if you run what I have here. So, starting off with it, it just looks so much like Death Machine, I have to call it the Death Machine. I mean, it may not have the pinpoint accuracy that the Death Machine did have, but it does have some pretty good accuracy, especially when you're hip firing. Even ADS, the iron sights are a little crowded, but even ADS, that still has a very good recoil pattern. It is not very shaky. It's not very hard to control. You can control it pretty easily. I just wouldn't go getting in those long-range gunfights like you would with the Death Machine. But if you want one of the most fun classes to just pick up and run around with, this is your class to do it. So let's jump right into what I'm using for perks in this class. In this class setup, I have Ghost, Dexterity, Momentum, and Gung Ho. Ghost for the UAV reason. If you guys have watched my previous gun guides, I don't really have to explain it, but I will. For Ghost, I really run it because so many people run the UAV in this game. It's just not even fair. You basically get picked out of the map pretty easily. People can pinpoint exactly where you're at. Even if you're not shooting, if you don't have that UAV on, UAVs are just constantly going and going and going. So it's good to have that on just in case. Now, on top of that, I also have Dexterity. Because this is an LMG, it takes forever to reload these things. So I figured I would put Dexterity on here, like all my other weapons, because reloading faster is a necessity inside of this game because it is so fast-paced. I have Momentum on here because it's a light machine gun as well. The reason I run this is because this gun I played more like an SMG because I was always running around the map, blasting people with a hipfire spray, instead of just, sitting in an area holding down a position. I was more running around the map, running into enemies, so I wanted to be quick on the jump, so if I had to get out of an area really quickly, I could, and the light machine gun wouldn't slow me down in that aspect. And on top of that, I have Gung Ho. Like I said, I was playing this like an SMG, so being able to sprint and hip fire is really, really necessary for this weapon, especially since all I did was basically hip fire with this gun. I don't ever remember, I remember a few times where I would ADS if it was necessary and I needed to get my shots on target, but if I was up close to an enemy and I was running at them, I'm only hip firing. I'm just spraying away like I did. I mowed that kid down right there. So let's jump right into the attachments I have on this weapon. Now, on this weapon, I have Quick Draw, and I have Stock, and then I also have Laser Sight. Now, the reason I have Quick Draw is because if I needed to get those sights up, it took forever without Quick Draw. It took a long time, at least a second or half a second to get those sights pulled up and aimed on my target before I could even start shooting and get accurate shots on my enemy. So being able to have that Quick Draw effect on there and bring that sight up really quick helped me out a lot, especially in those close quarters gunfights where I just saw somebody and I was able to pull up my sight, or someone was at medium range and I needed to get them as they were shooting at me. But if they were up close, I was basically spraying them down by hip fire. I had Laser Sight on there to reduce the hip fire spread. So if I was running into an enemy with Momentum and Gung Ho and I just ran right through them, I could just mow them down and keep on going with Laser Sight, because it really does fill out the entire enemy's body. If you look at some of the kills, or if you pause it on a section where I'm trying to shoot somebody, you can see that all four crosshairs are actually around the enemy at a medium range. So that's what's really nice about having Laser Sight on there. And then on top of that, I had Stock, because if I was holding down a position and I needed to strafe back and forth, the gun was so big and it made me so slow. I just needed something to make me faster when I was ADS, and Stock does that for me. But anyways, that's going to do it for this gun guide and this gun guide episode for the MAULER/Death Machine. Let me know what you guys think of this class. Do you think it's kind of like the Death Machine? I thought it was. It definitely looks and feels like the Death Machine when I'm using it, when I'm holding it, when I'm looking at it. I mean, it just looks like the Death Machine, feels like the Death Machine, plays like the Death Machine. Doesn't have the fire rate, but there's something about it just brings back memories of the Death Machine. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please smash the thumbs up button and help me out a ton, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And leave your kill to death ratios down in the comment section below with this class setup. And as always, let your life be infinite. I'll talk to you guys later.